Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Harley Nouveau, if you did not know. And welcome back to another episode of Beauty and the Tea. Can you believe I just burnt the shit out of my tongue? As I've said in like every video I've posted in the past ever, I apologize again for the lighting. I'm still trying to get like a setup that I am okay with while I wait to get actual lights. Because I do film this episode like really early in the morning most of the time or late at night because I don't have time to do it before I go to work. Typically there's not any daylight for me to use to help supplement the lack of actual lighting. I'm just a poor lower class Caucasian with nothing but the shirt on my back and the makeup on my face. And you know, modern amenities. With that out of the way, today we don't have too much to talk about. It's just going to be a quick little update, piggybacking off my last video, and then I wanted to touch briefly on a subject that is, I guess, considered sensitive, but Jasmine told me not to talk about R. Kelly, so this is my only other option I could think of at the moment. Like last time, and probably every time that I'm going to do this, I'm going to start off with my personal news or personal updates, and then get into the actual tea. You know, the reason why people are here. Because nobody really cares about what's happening in my life. I really need to quit being self-deprecating. In the last episode, I talked to you guys a bit how I'd been contemplating on going back to school, specifically for aesthetics, because it's something I'd always wanted to do, and I kind of felt like it was a now or never situation. So yeah, I left you guys in suspense. I told you guys that I'd had a meeting set up with the admissions director, or whatever her title is. Anyway, she was great. That's not the point. The point is, I'm sitting here to let you know that she got in, and I will be starting my classes on the 25th of this month. Yes, I'm going back to school for sure now. I actually have to go tomorrow to make my first payment because I do have a little bit left over after financial aid. I am so excited for this, you don't even understand. I'm so hoping that this is going to be like a springboard into my future. All my dreams will be accomplished. I will be riding off into the sunset. Preferably a sunset in a different state. Even a different hemisphere. I don't know. I must admit I am a bit concerned about how I'm going to balance my channel and doing my 365 days of makeup, which I'm finally getting back to catching up on after I moved, and going to school and going to work. Essentially, Monday through Thursday, I'm going to be not able to do anything because I'll be waking up, going to work, getting out of work, going to school, coming home, going to bed. So what I'm probably going to have to do is whipping out some really quick looks and whipping out some videos on the weekends. I don't know. It's going to be an adventure. It's going to be an adventure that you and I are undertaking together. But enough about me. You're here for the tea. So the whole makeup world is shook to the ground. Not really. I don't know if it's the whole makeup world or just the beauty guru chatter Reddit that I browse whenever I'm bored. But there has been a bit of a controversy lately, and no, it does not involve Jeffree Star. Yet. Actually, it involves the well-loved and cherished, especially by Nikki Tutorials, Plouise. So you may or may not have heard of this wonderful product that everybody talks about, but I haven't actually tried because I have no income. Help me. And it is called the Plouise Eyeshadow Base, I believe. Plouise Eye Base, I don't know, Plouise whatever. You know what I'm talking about, it's like the only Plouise product anybody is familiar with. Someone better call Nikki Tutorials and warn her that she is standing a racist because Plouise is involved in some racism drama. On a serious note, I am not somebody that can really sit here and tell you that she is a racist. I'm going to talk about what happened and let you know my viewpoint on the matter, but as I said in my last video, I am not a person of color. I do not speak for people of color. I don't pretend to speak for people of color. I can just tell you my perspective as a Caucasian person. And since this incident, while about race, involves a Caucasian person, I'm going to let you know how I feel since they unfortunately come from my community. So the incident in question happened, last week? I don't know timelines. I can't tell time, as you can tell, because I filmed this at a terrible hour. The incident in question is regarding a tweet that I will put up somewhere. By Plouise. I don't know her name. You'd think I would remember that, but hey. The owner slash operator slash director slash creator of Plouise sent out a tweet a couple days ago or yesterday or at some point in the past few days or week or whatever, saying essentially that she was getting called a racist because she said the N-word at a Kendrick Lamar concert. I don't know. I don't have my facts together. She said the N-word while singing a song at a concert with 9,000 other people, and when accused of being a racist, her defense was, and I quote, "I was singing it in front of 9,000 black people, my black friends, my black boyfriend, everyone I know is black, and thus it's impossible for me to be racist, yada 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 yada." Which, as you and I know, isn't how things work. It isn't how anything works. She is getting quite a bit of backlash about that justification. Instead of saying, you know, hey, I messed up, people make mistakes, I got caught up in the moment, I was really loving the song, and it didn't cross my mind that as a person who is white, I probably should not be saying this word that has such terrible connotations for the black community. That's not what she said. She said, no, it's cool, it's okay. I shouldn't have to deal with the consequences because I know black people. I can't even begin telling you why that is ridiculous. But what I can tell you is this. As a person who is white, I know that there are things that I should not say, there are things that I should not do, whether you agree with it or not, whether other Caucasians agree with it or not. It's just not generally accepted. It's not considered normal social decorum to behave that way or say those things. There's this problem in today's age. It's like, you have it, I should have it, you say it, I should say it, we should all be able to do whatever we want if anyone else is doing it. And I think that really that's a childish narrative to be presenting. You know, like, when I was a little kid and I was in daycare, there were kids that would throw tantrums because other people had a toy. Even if it wasn't their toy, and even if they frankly shouldn't be playing with that toy, they wanted the toy and they felt they were entitled to that toy. I'm not saying racism is a toy, I'm just trying to make this a little more dumbed down for those of you from the Deep South who have trouble following it home. And that's not offensive, I'm from the Deep South. I don't know, I just feel, speaking from a personal experience, there are things that white people should not say and do. And I don't feel like it's that hard to not say and do those things. Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I was just wired a different way. But for the most part, off the top of my head, I don't recall ever saying it. And most people I know will tell you I've never said that. I really try to shy away from what you would consider offensive slurs to any community, even for comedic purposes, because while I think that people should be able to laugh at things, it's ridiculous and unfair to expect other communities and other people to conform to your viewpoint on how things work. Especially if society as a whole doesn't accept that as how things work. I know that sounds a bit hypocritical coming from a gay person, since society didn't accept gay people for a long time, but I digress. She's getting accused of being a racist. Personally speaking, I don't think that she's a racist. Yes, she said a racist word. No, she didn't mean it in a racist way. However, it was still wildly inappropriate. I don't think that she's a racist, though. I think that she's just ignorant. And unfortunately, instead of choosing to educate herself after the response that she received, or apologizing for the people that she offended, or apologizing for herself for the inappropriate way that she acted, she doubled down and made herself look like a hot-ass mess. The fact of the matter is, in this day and age, and yes, you can claim that the world is full of special snowflakes, and I would tend to agree with you, I think people are far too sensitive. However, there are years and years and years of history regarding this specific subject. I don't think it's overtly sensitive to say, hey, this horrible, disgusting word that has been used to oppress my people is not okay for you to say. Yes, you could argue that maybe no one should say it at all. That's not something I'm going to get into with you because I don't think it's my place to speak on that. I'm just telling you that from the perspective of a white person, I don't think it's okay either. I also don't think it's that hard to not say it. I don't think I've ever, as I was saying earlier, had something accidentally just pop out in conversation. When I'm singing a song, it's not that hard to change the words to fit me more appropriately. As you know, I'm sure, I'm gay. Do you think there haven't been romance songs that I've changed the genders on because I wanted it to be more relatable to me? So I don't think it's that hard to find another word to say in place of that word. Perhaps I'm asking too much of people. It seems sometimes like I am. I don't think it's too much to ask of someone who is in the social spotlight to apologize for something like this. I don't know, maybe I'm talking in circles. Maybe I'm not making my point very clear. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have even talked about this. Maybe someone's going to come along and tell me this wasn't my place to say. I just feel like sometimes, and I'm speaking as a gay person, when you try to get a point across about injustice sometimes, it can seem as though there's not any progress being made, because at the end of the day, people are different. And I could be lecturing someone all I want to about how this is not okay and this is not okay for gay people, but if they're not somebody who is in the LGBT community, frankly, they're probably not going to care. And a lot of times, the only people that can make them care are people on their side of the fence. Martin Luther King Jr. was very adamant about having people who are white helping in their cause, because at the end of the day, white people aren't going to listen to anyone else, unfortunately. I think that's really sad, because there are a ton of people of color that have great input into many conversations, especially about themselves. I don't know, I'm talking in circles. Fortunately, I don't own any Plouise products, and by products I mean that one product that she has, because no one knows her other products, and thus I don't have to worry about throwing it out. I do think it's unfortunate that she showed her ass in the way that she did, and hopefully she's going to learn her lesson, because as I'm sure you can imagine, people are going ham on her right now. And unlike other popular people, i.e. Jeffree Star, i.e. Gabriel Zamora, she's not going to be able to claim that this is something that happened in the past and she's a changed person now. Whether you believe that about the other two or not, I don't know. That's up to you. Anyway, that's my take on this hot tea for the day. Don't be ignorant. Don't be racist. Don't be stupid. And when you're caught, don't try to act like you weren't being that way. Moral of the story there. Watch, years from now, I'm going to say something really dumb and this is going to come back to bite me. I can already see it happening now. With all of that being said, I really enjoyed spending this time with you. I hope that you learned something from today. If you didn't, at least you know what's going on out in the beauty community. My name is Harley Nouveau, and until our stars next align.